Hello everyone. In this lesson, I'll show you all the possible methods to achieve hyperrealism in your AI videos, making visuals indistinguishable from reality. Here's the pipeline. The main tools are the new Google Nano Banana, ChatGPT 5, and Kling 2.1 frames. Before we get started, I'll show you a 30-second showcase I recently made. You can watch the full video on my channel. In this showcase, I tried to squeeze out the maximum to achieve realism. And in today's video, we'll go through all the techniques I used and even more, since many things have been updated recently. I'll also show you the newest approaches. Let's jump straight into Nano Banana, and I'll show you how I created a consistent intro with all these camera angles without losing consistency. I used Nano Banana in Google AI Studio and selected the Nano Banana model. We'll start with simple prompts. Upload an image of your face and an image of sunglasses. Then type a simple prompt, add sunglasses. You'll see the amazing result, achieved without losing consistency. Note that when you upload two images, make sure the second image has the aspect ratio you want to achieve. Now, let me show you what I mean. For example, I'll upload a vertical image as the last one in the row, and you'll see that the result comes out vertical. Keep that in mind, of course. You can always expand the image later using Photoshop, but you'll lose original details like buildings and other elements. That's the real power of Nano Banana. So let's try more prompts with our image and generate different camera views. For example, I'll take my new image with sunglasses, paste it, and then type a simple prompt. Extreme close-up. I made a prompt. Make him sit and work on an old-fashioned Mac PC on top of the roof. Medium close-up. A good tip is to create new chats for separate tasks like this one. Since Google remembers previous conversations, once it starts giving you unexpected results, just start a new chat. For example, I uploaded a poster and typed, "Make it look like it's on the screen of an old PC monitor." Then I used the prompt, "Make it glitchy." After that, I switched to a new chat and typed, "Medium close-up on the monitor, over the shoulder view," then extreme close-up. And finally, I changed the image on the screen. Once you lock in consistency across shots, you're no longer just generating cool standalone images. You're creating continuity, which is what short films require. The next step will be using Kling 2.1 frames, the new release that enables smooth transitions in your videos. Sit back and relax, because this is the easiest and most fun part of the video. Go to kling.ai, click on the video option, and choose Kling 2.1 Start End Frames. Click on the start frame and upload your image. Then click on the end frame and drag and drop the next image. Write a simple prompt that describes the transition between the scenes. Set the duration in seconds and click Generate. After about a minute, you'll receive your result. After a few generations, I chose the best one. Then click on the flip button so the end frame becomes the start frame, and add the next image. Click Generate again. This way, you can create an infinite shot without any camera cuts. You probably already have a pipeline and can jump straight into making videos. In my case, I started with a real photo and ran it through Nano Banana, which made all the images look realistic, like they were shot on a camera. I see you're not interested?
No, sorry, I'm listening.
If you're still here, hit the like and subscribe buttons, and let's dive deeper into realism techniques. A new feature that will help you create those iPhone vibe videos is Midjourney Moodboards. So let's prepare some images for a mood board that feels right for your video. I'm using Figma for this. Now go to Midjourney and choose the new Moodboards feature. Upload these images by simply dragging and dropping them, and you'll be ready to use a personalized style for your generations. Click Use in Prompt, and you'll see it already applied in the top input window. Then click Create, and let's add our photo. Click on the icon, choose Omnireference, upload your photo, and select it. Set the strength to 100. Type prompt like man, medium close-up, and click Generate. Here are the settings I'm using. Feel free to copy them, but always stay open to experimenting. Try different prompts like man close-up, full body shot, extreme wide shot, and so on. This way, you'll see completely random artistic styles that you can animate directly in Midjourney. For example, I'll choose this image and click Animate, and it will immediately start animating it. If you click on Settings, you can change the output to HD to increase the quality. However, it's more expensive, so make sure to generate only one video per request. Let's check the result. And as you can see, it's more than enough for artistic, moody, vibey videos with that handycam feel. Click on the icon and you'll see the starting frame highlighted in red. You'll also notice the end frame feature. Select it and add the same image there. The most interesting feature is that you can create a loop, which is really cool for time-lapse effects, although the person will remain static. Just type a prompt like time-lapse and click Generate. Now let's check the result. As you can see, it's not perfect, but it's definitely impressive for artistic image generation, especially with the omni-reference feature that lets you use your own face. Combining omni-reference with mood boards is a great starting point for creating realistic, moody videos. Now let's jump to the next step. While Nano Banana is amazing, sometimes it still loses the face, and you'll need a way to swap it back to your own. I've tried many prompts for face swapping, but unfortunately, they don't seem to work. So the first method is to upload the correct face and generate it at a similar angle. Cut out the face, click Remove Background, and then align the face. Then manually edit it in Photoshop. The new Harmonize feature does an amazing job blending the face seamlessly into the environment. Now we're going to jump into some advanced stuff for a couple of minutes, so grab a coffee and let's go. First, I'll show you how to create a photorealistic face swap and compare it with our old approach. The first step is Midjourney. Click Create, and here we will generate variations of your face. For example, this is the only photo you have. Note that Midjourney will replicate even the smallest details, so I recommend fixing any irregularities, moles, or anything else in Photoshop. I use generative fill for that. Once you've fixed the face, let's also remove the background. Select the layer and click Remove Background, then create a white background using Fill. Finally, click Export. Now get back to Midjourney and simply drag and drop your edited face to Omni Reference tab. Type the prompt face front view. I'm using the regular settings, but you can experiment if you'd like. Also set Omni Reference to 250 so the face will look more like you, and click Generate. Then hover here and click Use, so it copies the settings again. After that, change the prompt to Face Side View, and click Generate. Make as many attempts as needed until you get at least 3 good results, 2 front view faces and 1 side view face. Download the best results, but as you may have noticed, they still look AI generated. Luckily, there's a tool specialized in making your images look real. Sign in to enchantcore.ai, click Upload Image, and wait a little while until the image appears in the window. Don't change any settings. Use standard mode, click Yes, and then click Enhance Face. Once the process is complete, you can see that the image has improved in realism. I like how it fixed the skin and facial hair. I also see that it smoothed out the wrinkles on the forehead. Let's try detailed mode and see the results. The detailed mode worked the opposite way and actually emphasized all the wrinkles, so keep experimenting until you get a satisfactory result. Here's a great example of how the skin can be fixed with EnchantCore. And the final touch will be Magnific AI. Choose precision and set detail to 30 to 50%, grain to 20 to 30, and sharpen to 5 to 10. Click Upscale, which adds the finishing details so your photo is upscaled and looks hyper-realistic. Click the download arrow icon and choose PNG 100% to ensure you don't lose any quality. Now we will use 3 images to train a LoRa on the Krea.ai website. Hover over the home icon and select Train. Then click Train a new model and choose Image. For the best results, you should upload up to 50 images. However, for me, 3 are more than enough. Here are the 3 images I've chosen without backgrounds, so the AI will focus only on the face. Upload them and click Train. Now click the Edit icon and I'll show you how the face swap works. Drag and drop any image. In this case, I'll make it more challenging by uploading a woman's photo, and then I'll swap her face with mine. In the lower right corner, choose the Flux model, which supports the in-painting feature. Highlight the woman's face area and click on the trained subject icon, then select the trained subject you've just created. I'll use my older one, which is lower quality, so we can later compare it with our new enhanced version. Next, type a simple prompt, man face, and click Generate. After a few seconds, you'll see an impressive result. In my opinion, the best compared to any other face swap tools on the market. In my previous tutorial, I mentioned Remaker.ai, which works well for shots where the face occupies only a small area of the frame. However, after further research, I realized that Roop Face Swap is actually the best option on the market, and I've tried it myself. Interestingly, it seems that Remaker is actually using the Roop repository. And while we've established that Krea with a trained subject is the best option, let's now check the result from our new training data. As you can see, the face fits into the environment naturally. Next, we need to repeat the same steps, uploading the image to enchantcore.ai and then to magnific.ai. And here is the final result at the end of the cycle. So now, if we compare our old approach using the best face swapper on the market with our new approach that leverages Krea with a trained subject, the result is hyper-realistic and truly at a high-end production level. To generate hyper-realistic video from images, Seedance is currently the best tool on the market. Compared to other video generators, it offers superior prompt coherence, which means fewer unexpected results. It also supports multi-camera shots and delivers the highest quality. You can access Seedance on multiple platforms such as Krea, but I will be using it on FL.ai since it supports 12-second outputs, making it ideal for creating multi-shot sequences. Go to FL.ai and search for Seedance Pro. Click on it and we'll use the personalized image we prepared earlier. I'll select the 12-second option here. Simply drag and drop your image. At the moment, Seedance supports only image-to-video generation and does not yet allow frame-by-frame input. Great, now let's test the multi-camera feature. I've created a prompt, and to enable multiple camera angles, you simply type shot switch where needed. Click Run and let's see the result. As you can see, the photorealism is excellent. The prompt coherence is strong, and we now have a 12-second output that we can use for further editing later. It generated exactly what we asked for. The person standing up, an extreme close-up of the eyes, and a close-up of the back of the head as they walk through a pink tunnel. Let's push it to the extreme. I created a prompt with 12 shot switches set to 1 second each. Let's see the results. As you can see, instead of hard camera cuts, we got smooth transitions, which is great. The model successfully handled 6 shots and blended them together seamlessly. It stopped at shot number 6, and the remaining 6 shots were not generated. I'll continue investigating the possibilities of the multi-camera feature. For now, though, I can confidently say that Seedance is my top choice for image-to-video generation. The results are so realistic that if you show them to someone, they likely won't even realize it was created with AI. That's the power of Seedance. Great, I want to congratulate you. Now you have the ability to swap your face with ease. So, why should you use this approach with trained data? First, restricted content. Many times, AI generators will block your request due to safety filters, and often you won't even know the exact reason. For example, this leopard woman image isn't allowing me to make modifications. I've tried it everywhere. LM Arena, where I used Google's new image model, Nano Banana. Krea.ai, also with Nano Banana. Google Studio. The result is always the same, and you never really know why. Even after switching off the safety settings, it still doesn't work. Situations like this can be frustrating, which is why I prefer flexible options that work correctly the first time. Second benefit of using trained subject is consistency. Even when Nano Banana or other face swap attempts do work, the results are still not consistent. Third benefit. With this method, the image quality is not downgraded like it is with Nano Banana or Flux. You can upload the original dimensions and once edited, download the image back in the same resolution, something that isn't possible with Nano Banana and similar tools. Proper preparation before filming accounts for 90% of success. That's why I recommend immediately collecting or generating your references. The first block is actors. Next is wardrobe. Create as many variations as you like for each actor. This can include sunglasses, shoes, hats, accessories, nails, tops, tights, necklaces, and any other clothing items required. Then move on to posing references. These are key to realism. The more unexpected the pose and camera angle, the more authentic it feels. This becomes especially powerful with Kling frames, where transitions between poses can look incredibly natural. After that, gather references for makeup and facial features. Do the same for different haircuts. Next, prepare environment references. You can collect these per shot if necessary. Equally important are lighting references. We've already explored these in Midjourney Moodboards. Finally, gather props. Each of these elements can now be added easily with Nano Banana. Having references across all of these blocks will significantly increase the quality of your video. Fun fact, ChatGPT is currently the best image generator for achieving photorealism, and I'll show you why. First, we can generate hyper-realistic portraits of people. You probably know that face consistency can sometimes be an issue, but in our case, that's actually an advantage. Since we're collecting reference model faces and generating new versions inspired by them, the variation in facial features works in our favor. If your scenario involves multiple different actors, I recommend generating extreme close-ups of their faces based on the characters you've selected. Blur the image slightly to remove unnecessary details. I strongly recommend generating photorealistic portraits from full body shots where the faces take up only a small area. For some reason, ChatGPT produces more photorealistic results for faces in this setup. Then type a prompt aimed at achieving maximum photorealism. The output will be a highly detailed portrait that can later be adapted into full body shots and beyond. Let's compare this to Nano Banana. As you can see, it kept the consistency, but the artificial look is very noticeable, which means it still requires Enhancor.ai to clean it up. I also tried a similar attempt in Midjourney. I used the omni-reference feature with 100% strength and set the style reference to the same image, while keeping the prompt as extreme close-up. The result looks amazing, but it still gives off that artificial vibe, what I'd call the Midjourney look. Now, when I look at ChatGPT generations, there's something extra in them, some kind of sauce that makes me actually believe it could be real. Once you've generated these portraits, the next step is creating poses. And trust me, ChatGPT is excellent at replicating poses. A quick comparison between Nano Banana and ChatGPT proves the point. In Nano Banana, replicating a pose requires an extra step. First, upload the images and then type a prompt for Gemini, asking it to design a detailed prompt that includes everything, from the pose to the camera angles. Once Gemini suggests the prompt, copy and paste it into Nano Banana and you'll get a pose replication. However, when we compare it to GPT, the poses still feel more natural there. Now, if we try to use the pose as an image prompt style with omni-reference in Midjourney, we get this result. Even after increasing omni-reference to 1000, it still doesn't quite get there. That's why my current favorite is ChatGPT. It not only maintains photorealism, but it also avoids many of the restrictions that other tools won't allow you to bypass. So if you often run into limitations with Nano Banana or Midjourney, here's a quick hack you can use in ChatGPT. For example, let's say you want to make modifications to an image that Nano Banana won't let you edit. ChatGPT sometimes works really well, but very often it doesn't. Even ChatGPT won't allow it directly. But here's the trick. First, generate a kid-style drawing of the image. Then make any modifications you need, such as changing the pose, clothes, or other details. After that, simply transform it back into a photorealistic version. Once you get the desired result when converting a drawing into a real photo, I recommend starting a new chat so it doesn't retain any of the previous context. If it still doesn't allow you, then I suggest deleting all chats that had restrictions. By typing this prompt, you'll get hyper-realistic photos that might seem restricted, but you can still generate them. Just look at the quality. It's insanely detailed and looks like a real professional photo. And yes, here's the result using the new Seedance AI generator, which delivers insane quality. Definitely a huge like. Great! Now it's time for a quick practice session in Nano Banana. Remember the creative mood board we worked on earlier? We'll now use that to further customize and generate a more unique image. You can take a screenshot of the clothing you want to apply. First, upload the woman's photo, then upload the screenshot of the clothes, and type a prompt like, "Dress the woman in the new outfit shown in image 2. As you can see, some items have been applied, like the earrings, necklace, and sunglasses. 3 of them may be skipped, but that's perfectly fine. You can manually add them one by one if needed. Next, we could apply makeup, but I'll skip that step since I prefer her natural look without it. Instead, let's change her haircut. I asked the chat to help me create a prompt, but it immediately generated an image, which worked out just fine. After that, I asked Chat to help generate a prompt to place her in a new environment. However, the result wasn't quite accurate. A helpful tip: when things don't go as expected, it's often best to start a new chat and repeat the task from scratch. So I created a new chat. I asked Chat to suggest a prompt, and it generated one for me. From there, you can simply type generate, and the prompt will be applied automatically. The result was better this time, but the lighting and blending with the environment were still a bit off. To better blend a person into the environment, you should adjust the context within your prompt. For example, if you simply state that she is sitting on the seats of the train, it will help the model place her more naturally in the scene. So I asked Chat to suggest a prompt for this scenario, then typed execute, and the result was amazing. Now that we've finalized the environment, we could also adjust the lighting. But I actually like the current setups. I really like this egg element. So I created a new chat, uploaded the egg image first, then uploaded the woman already placed in the environment. As usual, I asked Chat to suggest a prompt to add the egg into the scene. It suggested a prompt, execute, and after just a few seconds, I had this surreal result: eggs hanging on ropes inside the train. Now the scene feels truly unique and imaginative. Of course, don't forget to download the image and enhance it using Magnific AI, Enhancore, or even both for the best results. Just by using this unique scene alone, you can create an entire music video. I'll show you what I managed to create using Veo 3, which will be our final topic for today. First, watch the showcase, and then I'll walk you through exactly how I made it.
I got the munchies, I'm feeling so hungry. I'm feeling hungry. I got the munchies, I'm feeling so hungry. I'm feeling hungry. You know I'm always on the go. Gotta get that dough, feeling that flow, putting on the show. Watch me glow, hungry for more. I'm hungry to kill the beat, I'm hungry to win, I'm hungry to grind, I'm hungry to begin, I'm hungry to live the dream, I'm hungry to chill, I'm hungry to shine, I'm hungry to make it real.
Great! As you can see, you can create entire clips from just one scene. I already have a few generations in Veo 3. The shot where she takes the egg from the rope, as well as the ending scene, were generated in Seedance. Since Seedance offers stronger prompt coherence, it was difficult to achieve the same result in Veo, so Seedance was a big help. If you look at the prompt, it might seem a little crazy, but don't worry, you don't need to be a coder to make it work. Just go to ChatGPT, where there's a custom GPT called Veo 3 JSON Prompt Generator. I'll include the link in the description. With it, you can easily create camera switches and build more flexible prompts. So Veo 3 is much more likely to generate exactly what you want. So, upload the image we used in the music video and click Turn a Prompt from Image. After that, you'll see a few questions. Just answer them. In our case, we need the woman to rap and we want a lot of camera switches in one video. Once you're done, it will generate the prompt for you. If you need exact words, you can simply paste them in, or keep generating in the same chat and ask it to add those exact words to the prompt. Then check if everything looks and make sure the dialogue, in our case the rap, is included. You can also mention the music style and sounds. Next, copy the prompt and go to Veo. Choose your image, paste in the prompt, and it will work with Veo 3. I'm using fast mode here. Click Generate, and after running multiple generations, I had enough material for editing. As you can see, it generated multiple camera shots. With just 5 generations like this, I was able to edit the clip you've just seen. Of course, combining the music with the shots and blending them smoothly requires some extra skills, but that's beyond the scope of this video. Also, if you want to add lip sync to an existing video, you can use Runway. As you can see, there's no lip sync here by default. What I did was generate the speech I needed using my face in Veo 3, then uploaded it as a driving performance in the top window. Here's the driving performance generated in Veo 3, but if you want custom emotions, you can simply record yourself on your phone. And as you can see, That gave us great lip sync on the existing video,
which made all the images look realistic, like they were shot on a camera.
To change the voice to the one you need, you can use ElevenLabs Voice changers. Either switch it to a custom voice you've trained before to match your personality, or pick a pre-made one from the community. And here is the result after processing it with ElevenLabs, which made all the images look realistic, like they were shot on a camera. So now you've got all the tools. The final step is editing, but that's a whole other topic. For my workflow, I use DaVinci Resolve, which is free. In DaVinci Resolve, you're simply combining clips. And honestly, you can do this in any software, like After Effects, Premiere, Sony Vegas, or whatever you prefer. You don't need advanced skills because all the editing and camera shot switches were already done in Veo 3 and Seedance using multi-camera techniques. I usually add some basic color correction and a bit of film grain, which always gives the video a more realistic feel. So that's basically it.
Thanks for watching. Drop a comment to let me know which parts I might have missed or which topics you would like me to dive deeper into. See you soon.